Now on Nightside, a man facing weapons charges after he apparently threatened to throw a grenade in Times Square. We're going to have the latest for you from Brooklyn Federal Court.
Plus, gunshots filling the air in one neighborhood. Find out how many were hurt and what police now know about this shooting.
Plus, fans of Korean pop sensation BTS have something special to explore right here in the borough. We'll give you an exclusive look at the exhibit in Gowanus.
Well, we're going to be in great shape as we go over the next couple of days. We'll have partly cloudy skies overall as we go through the overnight temperatures, low and middle 60s. Try to spend some time outdoors this weekend because it's not going to be pretty for the beginning of our next work and school week. You're watching Nightside.
Thanks for joining us here on News 12 Nightside on this Friday evening. I'm Christy Reeder.
And I'm Michelle Devona. Playground in limbo. Parents are sharing their concerns about a contracting company failing to start renovations on a playground that many say has safety concerns.
News 12 Nightside's Janae Caldwell is in Ditmas Park with more from parents.
Construction here at the Lieutenant Federico Narvaez tot lot was set to begin in April. Now that it's June, many parents are wondering why that construction hasn't happened. Parents say they're concerned about the safety hazards in the park, such as cracks in the playground surface and the flooding that happens after heavy rainfall. Plans for the reconstruction of the playground include new benches, fencing, water supplies, and drains to address the ongoing flooding issues. Construction on the park was set to be completed by April of next year. Now parents say they're stuck in limbo trying to figure out where to take their children without many close options in the neighborhood.
I think the neighborhood really needs this park. She obviously isn't playing yet, but there aren't that many green spaces around, and I think it's a great place for the community.
The Parks Department releasing this statement saying, unfortunately, the contractor on this project, Trenchese Construction, has failed to start work on the tot lot project. We've communicated with them that they are at risk of defaulting, and we are pursuing our options for potentially awarding the contract to another bidder. Right now, we don't have an estimate for a new timeline. And we reached out to Trenchese Construction multiple times for comment, but are still awaiting a response. In Ditmas Park, Janae Caldwell, News 12 Nightside.
Thanks, Janae. Police are investigating after 3 men were shot in BedStuy.
It happened just before 6 in front of 166 Hull Street. We're told one man was shot in the left arm, another shot in the left leg, and the third victim was shot in the stomach. All victims were taken to the hospital in stable condition. All 3 are expected to survive. One woman says she lives on the first floor of the building where the bullets landed. She says she can't believe this happened so close to home.
I live over here on the first floor. I heard the gunshot right away. I ran to outside, and that's when we saw everybody running. The cop was over here already, and the guy wasn't already. The guy ran so quick, they don't know where he went. They was looking for him in the helicopter and everything.
If you have any information that can help investigators, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS.
And keep those numbers in mind because police need your help finding a woman who went missing here in Brooklyn.
This is 59-year-old Cynthia Garcia from the Bronx. We're told she was discharged from a Bronx hospital back on June 1st. And according to her family, she suffers from bipolar disorder and anxiety. She has been off her medication since she went missing, and her sister tells us she believes Garcia got on a bus and ended up in Brooklyn. Apparently yesterday, Garcia called saying she was at Methodist Hospital but was gone by the time her sister got the message. If you know where she might be, contact police.
A man who threatened to throw a grenade in Times Square now arrested and facing weapons charges.
News 12 Nightside's Paula Vasan is outside Brooklyn Federal Court with those details.
And that suspect is 22-year-old Ashikul Alam, standing inside a packed courtroom this afternoon. A federal judge called him a danger to society and said he should be permanently detained. Alam is a student at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, working 2 jobs, according to his lawyer. He's accused of plotting to shoot up Times Square. Prosecutors say he tried buying 2 semi-automatic weapons, hiding serial numbers so they couldn't be traced. They also say he had LASIK eye surgery so that he would be able to shoot more effectively. Court documents also say he suggested a suicide bombing to kill a senior government official. Inside court, we spoke with a few people who identified themselves as close family friends of the suspect, saying they were simply surprised. Later, they denied any relation. And the judge called for an order of detention, saying Alam poses a danger to the community and is a flight risk. A preliminary hearing for Alam is set for June 21st, and he faces weapons-related charges. In downtown Brooklyn, Paula Vasan, News 12 Nightside.
Thanks, Paula. The West Point cadet killed Thursday in a vehicle accident has now been identified.
This is 22-year-old Christopher J. Morgan. He was a law and legal studies major and also a recruited athlete for the wrestling team. He was a native of West Orange, New Jersey, and Academy class of 2020. Morgan was killed inside a light-medium tactical vehicle that rolled over on its way to a navigation training course. 19 other cadets and 2 soldiers were injured.
Back in our borough, police still need the public's help finding this man after they say he put a subway at risk when he threw debris on the train tracks. And they say it happened back on May 9th inside the Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center station. And they say that's where the suspect threw the debris on the tracks of the D train line, causing a hazardous condition. No injuries or property damage has been reported.
A month after a 3-year-old boy was killed by a van in Bath Beach, a traffic light will be added to that intersection.
And Assemblyman William Colton announced that the Department of Transportation approved the traffic signal for the corner of Benson Avenue and Bay 25th Street.
Back on May 2nd, 3-year-old Emir Shavkator was riding his scooter when he was hit and killed by a van at that location. Work on the traffic light is set to be completed by November 30th.
Other news now, a popular bar in our borough is now losing its liquor license.
Woodland Bar will soon lose its right to serve alcohol after an emergency New York State Liquor Authority meeting. The bar is also under investigation for 11 violations, including disorderly activity and excessive noise complaints. The venue will remain open, but again, no liquor can be sold or consumed on that property.
Let's get to our weather now. Daryl, what are we expecting?
Expecting nice weather. The past couple of days have been very nice, and that trend will continue until Monday. And that's when it's going to be less than great outdoors. Tonight, we'll be seeing temperatures in the low and middle 60s, fair to partly cloudy skies, a comfortable night into a Saturday with a mostly sunny sky, a pleasantly warm day, daytime highs in the 70s and 80s. So try and spend some time outdoors if you possibly can. Just want to take a second to take a look at the beautiful skies over the city here. The skies are beginning to clear somewhat, and as the sun set, really triggering some very, very nice colors. Beautiful sunset out there. If you can get out there, go ahead and watch it. We're going to continue to see temperatures peeling back a bit. We've got 68 degrees for Seagate, 68 for Bensonhurst, 69 for Bay Ridge, and 69 degrees for Bushwick. So we're dealing pretty nicely as far as our temperatures are concerned. We'll continue to see the clouds dissipating somewhat. Relatively fair skies as we go through the overnight. To the north of our area, we're looking at high pressure is going to take very good care of us. But as we get into the second half of the weekend and early next week, all of this moisture that you see here will begin to push into the northeast, and that's why you're going to need the umbrellas out there. So keep that in mind. As far as our conditions are concerned, if you're heading out the door, no real issues at all. We're looking at a overall partly cloudy sky. Towards the morning hour, seeing maybe a bit more in the way of clouds. Winds will be light to calm, and we're going to see our temperatures falling back to around the middle 60s for overnight lows, and we'll be making a run in the 70s and 80s for the day on Saturday. We'll check that hyperlocal 7-day forecast a little later on. I think you're going to like what's ahead for the weekend. The week early, not so much.
Thanks, Daryl. Well, this weekend, if you're here and you're driving around this Saturday and Sunday, there are some traffic updates you should know about.
News 12's Christina Russo has those details for you.
Everyone, I hope your weekends are getting off to a great start. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the roads this weekend. We have the Williamsburg Bridge here. One lane is going to be closed Saturday between 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. So something to look out for there. It will probably cause a lot of traffic delays in the area. Again, just keep an eye out for that. Heading on over to Bath Beach, we have Bay 19th Street closed between Benson Avenue and 86th Street. That's for some crane operations happening there Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then moving on up to the Barclays Center, we have the 35th New York Salsa Festival. That should be really fun. That's going to be Saturday at 8 p.m. So you can expect some delays in the area around Atlantic Avenue and Flatbush Avenue as well. I'm Christine Russo, and that's a look at your weekend traffic advisory. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Korean pop sensation BTS has taken the world by storm, and now they're bringing something special to our borough for a limited time.
a unique exhibition in Gowanus. News 12 Nightside's Emily Lorsch got an exclusive look and tells us more.
BTS fans walking through this exhibition at Motif Studios in Gowanus in tears.
It's very emotional for me. It's very nice. It reminds me of the time I've spent with these boys.
That BTS ARMY fan from Germany and so many others from all over, excited to see their favorite Korean pop group in ways they never have before.
It's beautiful to see behind the scenes, like raw, real footage.
That's with a look at photos they've taken of one another backstage and other behind the scenes footage that can't be found anywhere else.
We wanted to just bring something really personal, close and special.
It has fans mesmerized, feeling closer to the boys and more in love than ever.
There's a lot of moments documented here that really touch the heart.
Every single fan that we've spoken with has, that teary-eyed glaze of just complete gratitude, love, and inspiration, and that's such an important thing right now.
This exhibition is open for a limited time only. BTS fans have until July 7th to come check the space out. In Gowanus, Emily Lorsch, News 12 Nightside.
Oprah Winfrey is set to interview the real Central Park 5 and director Ava DuVernay in a TV special.
Netflix and OWN are set to debut a special called Oprah Winfrey Presents When They See Us Now, featuring 2 interviews. One will be with the cast of the miniseries, another with the real 5 men it's based on. When They See Us is directed by Ava DuVernay, and new limited series on Netflix that follows the 5 boys who were falsely accused of a brutal rape in Central Park in 1989. The interview will premiere June 12th on OWN and Netflix.
Flatlands. You're watching News 12 Brooklyn, as local news gets.